Okay, I decided to try to catch another zombie movie. Now, I really enjoyed a movie called Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon, which is part mockumentary and then part slasher flick. American Zombie was billed as being part mockumentary and then part like gorefest. It's essentially a documentary about the zombie subculture in California. Yes, apparently zombies are living amongst us. It's kind of hard to figure the exact terminology you use, but there are zombies and they are real. So this is done in that documentary style of following a couple different zombies, through their day-to-day lives. Different styles of zombies, the ones who are just straight feral, are the ones who have limited capacity with their full capacity. One of them, she actually answers a telephone for, like an all-natural, vegan, all-organic, like helpline. Another one works at a convenience store late at night. And a few other ones, one runs a group that is the zombie advocacy group, so he's trying to get zombies jobs and trying to get them the ability to have credit. Because as you find out, you really can't rent an apartment when you're a zombie, because you're dead. The only problem with this is it's pretty much almost all documentary. Towards the very, very end of the movie, and I mean the very, very end, like the last 5 minutes, stuff really starts happening. Because they're kind of like a follow-up after they do Live Dead. Think of it kind of like Burning Man, but with zombies. And, it's interesting, but it's slow. If you're expecting this to be, full of your standard zombie stuff, it's not. It's people who are fairly coherent. It's got some decent spots of humor in it. There's a guy who runs a factory, and he's talking about how he uses zombies. Why? Well, they don't sleep. They don't get tired. They're cheaper than Mexicans. Mexicans, they got smart and got better jobs. The limited function zombies never get tired, don't need to sleep, they can work all day long. Nothing else going on. Because pretty much the limited function is kind of, They mentioned the zombie art scene. Yes, there actually are zombies who do art. So think about all the little bizarre niches you think of when you think about, California. There is a woman who does holistic treatments on zombies. A woman goes to see a psychiatrist to try to recover repressed memories because she forgot everything about herself. So she's trying to reconnect with her past to figure out who she is. So, when do they kill? They really don't. One of the guys who works at the convenience store tries to eat lots of preservatives to keep his body going. The one who answers telephones is a vegan. I mean, they're not overly interesting characters. I mean, it does come off very much like watching a documentary, just the people are zombies. It's interesting, it's unique. They throw in different aspects. Like they say, it's a disease. That's okay. There's even a guy who's trying to, it's actually kind of like, he's like an evangelist for zombies. So he's trying to teach, try to indoctrinate zombies into the Bible. Okay. These are all interesting little tidbits, but it almost feels like it's like 30 little vignettes kind of thrown together to try to make a uniform thought. And it works in some ways, in other ways it's just kind of, they talk about, how there are women who only like to date zombies, how there are men who only like to sleep with female zombies, and, the makeup effects are done fairly subdued. They look kind of like regular everyday people. Except for, like, facial discoloration and, occasionally like giant, wounds on their bodies, but they look fairly much like regular people. And in lots of ways, I mentioned like how they first thought, when you first become a zombie, you're kind of disoriented, so you're kind of taken as a homeless person. Okay. When they go to the convenience store guy's apartment, they walk past, he tells us he lives with another zombie, they walk past the guy watching TV. And they're like, dude, you see the zombie? Oh, no, he's just a broke human. Because he's just sitting there watching TV, just... So, that was kind of interesting, but all in all, it's dull. It's unique from the standpoint it's a documentary on zombies. However, when you think you might see some sort of action involved in it, or they would show more of the feral zombies, and they don't, they kind of just focus on like 4 or 5 of them, and do a lot more in-depth on them. And at the very end, things actually take a turn for a horror movie. It actually falls more into just a documentary done on zombies. I wish there would have been a little more violence to it. I wish it would have been more like, Behind the Mask, where it was, documentary, good pacing, funny, different slasher. This was just like dull, dry documentary, a little bit of humor sprinkled in, dull, dry documentary, finish. I mean, it's a documentary with zombies in it. There's nothing about it that's really horror beyond the fact that they're zombies. I mean, if you want to see a documentary, this works. If you want to see an actual horror movie, this does not.